Hello, this is Matusz, and the topic of this video is if you go to therapy, stop. Now, this video is for all the people out there who go to therapy, who have some kind of coaching, or who are even thinking about going to therapy. Before you continue going to therapy, stop and watch this video. Why do I tell you to stop? Because it's very important to ask yourself these 5 questions. Number 1, if you go to a therapy, the number 1 question that you want to ask yourself is, why am I going to therapy? One of the reasons why people go to therapy is so they have a paid friend that they can complain to. It's not about changing themselves. It's not about improving the quality of their lives. It's not about healing what happened in the past. It's about sharing their lives with somebody else. And there is nothing wrong with that. But just know why you are doing that. Another reason why people go to therapy is an ego-strengthening mechanism. People wear it as a badge of honor. I'm going to therapy, so I'm better than somebody else. I'm working on myself, yet maybe they don't see any results whatsoever. Another reason why people go to therapy is that they use therapy as an excuse for poor behavior. So they don't change their behaviors, but whenever somebody points it out, they say, oh, I'm working on myself, I go to therapy, right? And there is nothing wrong about any of these reasons. But there is number 1 reason why I believe you should go to therapy, or you should work with a coach, or you should seek support. And that is that you want to change. You want to experience change in the way how you behave, in the way how you think, in the way how you feel. When I started as a hypnotherapist 7 years ago, I took any client that I could work with that considered me as the best option for them. But I saw very soon that many people came to therapy for all the wrong reasons. And now I only work with people who are seeking positive change in their lives. Because I believe that the best reason to be doing therapy, to be doing coaching, or to be working with a consultant is when you are moving from point A to point B. So that you are going somewhere. Mind you, it is not important for you to know where you are headed, just so you know that you don't want to stay where you are. The second question to ask yourself if you go to therapy is, who am I working with? That is, who is the person that is guiding you on your self-healing journey? Who is the person who is coaching you? Who is the person who you have this intimate relationship with? This is one of the most important relationships that you can have with another human being. You're going to be honest, you're going to be responsible, you're going to be accountable, and you're going to be vulnerable in front of this person. If you are not, you are wasting your time, you are wasting their time, and you are wasting resources. But if you are, it can be one of the most transformative experiences and relationships of your life. So it's very, very important to have a good match, to have a good fit, to have a good chemistry with the person that you work with. And I believe is actually the most important thing. Because if you find the right person who is holding the space for you, if you find the right person who is there for you to witness your transformation, the transformation happens just like that. And it's so easy to do that. But on the other hand, if you work with the wrong person, it can take forever. And it can sometimes feel that you are moving in circles, not really moving forward. Question number 3 to ask yourself if you go to therapy is, what am I doing? What is the approach that I'm using? Are you only talking about your problems over and over and over and over? Or are you using approaches that are helping you to identify the root cause of the problem and identify how to get out of that and how to solve the problem? Remember this, speaking about your problem 100 times won't make it go away. There are a lot of people that I met over the years who had very painful experience with therapy. before they started therapy, they were happily oblivious about their problems, about their issues, about their challenges. They just went through life, and life sometimes was easier and sometimes was a little bit more difficult. But by entering into therapy, they became painfully aware of their current issues, painfully aware of the root cause of these issues, but without knowing how to solve it, without having an exit plan, without having an exit strategy. So what you are doing and the approach that you are using in your healing is very, very important. Make sure to not only talk about your problems, but make sure to find out the root cause and make sure that you have a specific technique or specific approach to solve your problems at the root. Otherwise, you might repeat the same mistakes over and over and over again. Question number 4 to ask when you are going to therapy is, where is my focus? Many people focus on the symptoms of their problems instead of on the root cause of their problems. You see, anxiety is not a problem. Anxiety is a reaction of your body to an overwhelm. But where is the overwhelm coming from? There is the root cause, and that is your problem. You see, depression is not a problem, it's a symptom of a problem. And depression is usually a symptom of environment, of improper environment that you find yourself in. It can be physical environment, it can be your psychological environment, it can be your mental or social environment, right? There is your root problem you need to focus on, that you need to change in order to release yourself from the symptoms. You see, anxious attachment or avoidant attachment is not a problem. It's just a symptom of something that happened long time ago and that stayed with you in your conscious and subconscious mind, and it is creating all these narratives and all these triggers inside you that make you behave in a specific way. Even bipolar disorder for many is not a problem. It's actually a symptom of suppressed and unresolved grief. Focus on the root cause. Leave the symptoms. The question number 5 to ask yourself when you go to therapy is, how long am I doing it? Now, it takes 9 months for Mother Nature to birth a new identity. And if you go to a therapy for more than that, and you still don't experience changes, you still experience yourself the same way like you did, or even worse, then you don't know what you are doing, or you are using an approach that doesn't work for you. If it takes such a long time, you simply don't take appropriate steps for you. You simply don't use the appropriate approach for you. You simply are possibly not working with the right person for you. The most important thing for therapy, coaching, or consulting to be effective is the match. The match between you and the person that you are working with, the match between you and the approach that is being used, and the match between you and the time of your life where you are attempting to change. The match is everything. And if you align all these 3 things, the miracles can and do happen usually on daily basis. But if you are trying to heal yourself and get from the point A to point B and the match is not good, it can take much longer than you would probably want. So what do you think? Does it resonate with your experiences? Please let me know down in a comment. And if you feel like you gained value from this, please consider subscribing and liking this video, because it will help the channel grow. And I thank you very much. I will see you next time.